Welcome back to our channel, Soap fans. Today is an absolutely phenomenal day to dive into the most explosive, earth-shattering drama currently brewing in Los Angeles. We have massive updates that will shake up everything you thought you knew about your favorite characters. Let's get straight into the chaos. The doors of the Forrester Creations CEO office are hiding a catastrophic, ticking time bomb, and the countdown to absolute destruction has officially begun. Carter Walton and Steffy Forrester Finnegan crossed the ultimate line, shattering their marriages and their professional integrity in one drunken, grief-fueled night of passion on the office couch. The lingering scent of betrayal is suffocating the executive suite, and the stakes have never been higher. This is not just a momentary lapse in judgment. This is a nuclear event that threatens to obliterate the Forrester empire from the inside out. The audience is watching with bated breath as the walls close in on Los Angeles's most trusted executive and the high and mighty Forrester princess. The fallout is going to be apocalyptic, and the rumors swirling around the storyline are completely out of control. Social media is absolutely ablaze with speculation that this catastrophic scandal is actually the beginning of the end for Carter Walton. Viewers are convinced that this massive betrayal will serve as his official exit storyline. The writing is on the wall, and the consequences are stacking up at a terrifying speed. When the truth inevitably explodes, Carter stands to lose absolutely everything. His marriage to Daphne Rose Walton will instantly disintegrate. His lifelong brotherhood with Ridge Forrester will be annihilated. And his prestigious position as the chief operating officer of Forrester Creations will be ripped away in a matter of seconds. Fans are questioning what purpose Carter could possibly serve on the canvas once his entire life is reduced to a pile of smoldering ash. How can a man survive in Los Angeles when he has betrayed the most powerful family in the fashion industry? The tragic irony surrounding Daphne's return is almost too painful to watch. Daphne fled to France, completely devastated by her early menopause diagnosis and her inability to give Carter the biological children he has always desperately wanted. In her agonizing grief, she cruelly told Carter that their marriage was over. But she never got on that plane. She turned around, ready to fight for her husband, ready to revisit their family plans, and ready to repair their fractured bond. She is walking back into Carter's arms with a wide-open heart, completely oblivious to the fact that he just committed the ultimate sin with her best friend. When Daphne discovers that Carter sought comfort in Steffy's arms the second she walked out the door, the heartbreak will be absolute. The devastation will destroy her, and the fans are bracing for one of the most emotional, gut-wrenching confrontations in daytime television history. But the audience is showing absolutely zero mercy for Steffy Forrester Finnegan. The fandom is ripping into the Forrester co-CEO, calling out her blatant hypocrisy and demanding that she face the brutal music. One furious viewer took to social media to write, "It's not all Carter's fault, as Steffy is just as much to blame as Carter. After the way she treated Hope for years, now it's time for her to feel the heat of being a loose moral less slut," like she refers to Brooke and Hope. The viewers are absolutely ruthless, and they have a massive point. Steffy has spent years sitting on her high horse, viciously judging Brooke and Hope for their romantic entanglements and moral failings. She has weaponized their mistakes to elevate the Forrester name. Now, she is the one hiding a filthy, destructive secret. When this scandal breaks, Steffy will be violently ripped from her pedestal, and the Logan women will have a front-row seat to her spectacular downfall. The tension is already reaching a boiling point with Ridge Forrester. Ridge recently caught Steffy and Carter ripping into each other in a hidden corner of the Forrester building. They managed to spin a bogus explanation to throw him off the scent, but Ridge is not a fool. The suspicion is festering in his mind, and the pressure is mounting by the second. Ridge trusts Carter with his life, his company, and his family. Discovering that his best friend slept with his daughter will trigger a primal, violent rage that will shake the foundation of the Forrester mansion. Ridge will undoubtedly stamp around, grunting and screaming, unleashing a hurricane of wrath upon Carter. The physical confrontation between these two men will be legendary, and the emotional betrayal will leave scars that may never fully heal. However, A massive segment of the audience believes that Carter's downfall could actually be the catalyst for a thrilling new era on the show. Fans are demanding a complete corporate reset, begging the writers to let Carter rise from the ashes. One passionate viewer suggested, Carter should start his own company, bring Zend and Daphne, and hire some new people so we'd have more faces and places to see. This way overdue and Bikini isn't cutting it. Or RJ's place. This theory is gaining massive traction and makes perfect, explosive sense. Zend Forrester Dominguez is currently seething with resentment. His entire hope for the future collection was shelved, and now RJ Forrester is aggressively pitching a brand new youth line for Elektra. Zend feels completely sidelined and disrespected by his own family. If Carter is banished from Forrester Creations, recruiting a furious, creatively stifled Zend and a heartbroken Daphne to launch a rival fashion house would be the ultimate revenge plot. Imagine the sheer cinematic drama of a brand new fashion empire rising from the wreckage of this scandal. Carter knows every single corporate secret, every supplier, and every vulnerability within Forrester Creations. Zend possesses the raw, untapped design talent that Steffi and Ridge have foolishly ignored. Together, they could build a powerhouse company that directly threatens both Forrester Creations and Katie Logan Spencer's newly minted House of Logan. This would ignite a phenomenal three-way corporate war that would dominate the canvas for years. Carter transforming from a loyal, betrayed servant into a ruthless, independent CEO would be the ultimate character evolution, proving that he does not need the Forrester name to conquer Los Angeles. But before any rival companies can be formed, Carter must survive the impending explosion, and fans are quick to point out his shockingly resilient track record. One viewer boldly stated, "Are you thinking? This man has slept with his boss's wife Quinn. He stole the company and gave it to Hope, and they have forgiven him. Do you really think they will really kick him out? Ridge will stamp around grunting and screaming and in the end forgive him, especially when Carter has his grandbaby." This comment hits the nail on the head. Carter Walton is no stranger to apocalyptic career mistakes. His steamy, forbidden affair with Quinn Fuller nearly destroyed Eric Forrester's life. Yet Carter was ultimately forgiven and welcomed back into the fold. He has orchestrated massive corporate maneuvers, allegedly stealing the company and handing it to Hope in the eyes of some fans, and still, he remained the golden boy of the executive suite. This brings us to the most terrifying, high-stakes twist of the entire storyline, the baby bombshell. Steffi is currently facing the agonizing, paralyzing terror of a potential pregnancy. If Steffi turns out to be pregnant with Carter's child, the entire dynamic shifts in a horrifying, irreversible way. The cruel irony is almost too much to bear. Daphne just returned, shattered by the news that she cannot conceive a child naturally, desperately wanting to build a family with Carter. Meanwhile, Steffi, who already has a beautiful family with Finn, might be carrying the very child Carter has always dreamed of. This revelation would destroy Daphne on a molecular level, completely breaking her spirit and ending her marriage in the most traumatic way imaginable. If Carter is the father of Steffi's baby, the Forrester family will be trapped in a suffocating nightmare. Ridge's initial reaction will be pure, unadulterated violence. He will want to destroy Carter for defiling his daughter. But as the fan theory suggests, the presence of a grandbaby changes everything. Ridge is fiercely protective of his bloodline. No matter how much he despises Carter's actions, he cannot erase the fact that Carter would be the father of his grandchild. This permanent, biological tie could eventually force Ridge to swallow his pride and forgive Carter, just as he has forgiven countless other unforgivable sins in the past. The twisted, complex family dynamic would bind Carter to the Forresters forever, ensuring that he remains a central, controversial figure on the canvas. Meanwhile, John Finn Finnegan remains completely, tragically oblivious to the nightmare unfolding right under his nose. Finn is desperately trying to repair his fractured marriage after the disastrous Monaco trip, blindly praising Steffi and fighting to keep their family together. He is even advocating for Sheila, pushing Steffi to allow his dangerous birth mother into their lives. Finn's blind faith and misplaced focus are magnifying Steffi's toxic guilt. Every time Finn looks at her with love and devotion, the weight of her betrayal crushes her a little more. When Finn finally discovers that his wife slept with Carter Walton while he was fighting to save their marriage, his absolute devastation will be catastrophic. The good doctor will snap, and the fallout will be a spectacle of heartbreak and rage. The collision course is set, and the impending exposure scene will be a masterclass in daytime drama. Picture the moment the truth drops in the middle of a crowded Forrester Creations boardroom. The silence will be deafening before the screaming begins. Daphne's tear-streaked face as she realizes her husband's ultimate betrayal. Finn's look of absolute horror as the illusion of his perfect wife shatters into a million pieces. Ridge's face turning purple with rage as he lunges across the executive table at Carter. And Steffi, standing in the center of the wreckage, finally stripped of her self-righteous armor, forced to face the brutal consequences of her own actions. The fashion world will watch in stunned disbelief as the untouchable Forrester family implodes. The aftermath of this scandal will rewrite the entire hierarchy of Los Angeles. Will Carter be banished, stripped of his titles and left with nothing? Or will he rise up, harness the chaos, and build a new empire with Zend by his side? Will Steffi lose Finn forever, forced to raise Carter's child while facing the relentless mockery of the Logan women? Will Daphne survive the ultimate heartbreak, or will she unleash a vengeful fury that nobody sees coming? The writers have set the stage for a storyline of epic proportions, blending corporate espionage, forbidden passion, and devastating family betrayal into a toxic, irresistible cocktail. Every single glance, every whispered conversation, and every hidden argument in the Forrester hallways is leading to this massive detonation. The fans are divided, the theories are wild, and the tension is absolutely unbearable. Carter Walton is standing on the edge of a precipice, and Steffi Forrester is right there with him. When they finally fall, they will drag the entire city down with them. The countdown is ticking, the secrets are bleeding through the cracks, and the ultimate reckoning is practically knocking on the CEO office door. Will Carter lose everything? Or is this the birth of a dangerous new empire? Drop your wildest theories below and subscribe for the next shocking update.